Okay, awesome. Would you like to change your code since it's been a week pretty much since you submitted, or
Oh.
do you want to stick with it?
Uh, I'll keep it the same. I think that was a good game to review.
Okay. What are we looking for? What do you want to get out of this?
So
Mm-hmm.
trying to see what I can like, what else I can accomplish. Because looking in this game, it's really weird because both sides absolutely rolled the first time on offense. So I guess I'm trying to figure out like what more I could do to establish a better, like I say establish, but see what I could do to get a better defense going. So I try to get a better stronghold so we don't just get
Mm-hmm.
that like ran through.
Mm-hmm. Is this query all the way through?
No, I switched to on Brig.
In the
Like,
last part of the world, I suppose.
yeah.
Okay. Do we care about attack at all, or do we just want to watch defense?
I think attack is still important. See if there's anything I can do positioning wise or like macro wise I can do.
Okay. What is your split for the Curie Brig on a hero pool?
Kiri's first two games, and then Anna Brig are like back end.
No, no, no. I mean, how much do you play Curie compared to
Oh,
Anna
oh,
Brig
that's
overall?
not bad.
Nice.
I mean, Kiri is my most played hero,
Mm-hmm.
like by long shot,
Mm-hmm.
but Anna and Brig are like close seconds.
Okay. This is Plat, right? It's Plat.
Yeah,
I would say that at this level, you should generally focus on two heroes, but especially since like Brig and Curie are, don't want to say they're polar opposites, but they're pretty different in the way that they should be played.
yeah,
And they're pretty complementary. So if you want to keep Curie and Brig, Curie covers a lot of the weaknesses that Brig has, right?
yeah,
I'm not gonna say that you should drop Ana, but I will say that if you want to like improve at this level, depending on how much time you put into the game, obviously, it should be easier to focus on two characters than on three characters. But at the end of the day, you should play the way that you have fun. Uh,
sounds good.
okay, how do you have any Curie specific questions before we get into this?
Honestly, not really.
Okay, how do you play Curie? Give me
Uh,
two important things that you have to be looking for all the time.
I mean, I'd say range pressure, but that's not really like a thing I need to focus on too much. It's mostly just the biggest thing I focus on is Suzu's more than anything else. Like seeing like what best time is. Like if a teammate's anti, do I need to Suzu them there? Are they gonna die? Do I need to pump a bunch of
Okay,
heals on them with the
I'll give you
Suzu
a
TP?
spoiler. It's not related to your cooldowns.
Is it positioning?
Could be. What about positioning?
Depend. Are you? I guess are you playing forward enough? You playing back enough? Because I mean, my team comp was kind of weird, so I'm trying to like play. I was trying to play as much dive as I could, or just be as like present on that front line.
Okay, look at the enemy team comp. How do you want to play into that?
I mean, I'm trying to figure that out because like they have the dive with the ball, but the rest of it's kind of like
The
more
ball doesn't
brawlery.
matter to
More,
you. Just TP out if the ball
yeah,
goes on you. Would you rather fight a Ash close up or far away?
close.
What about the Mei?
Yeah, probably from a distance.
It's a
I mean, but I actually
you
honestly
you
I'd say
can
mid range.
yeah you can fight her close. It's harder, but you can fight her close. What about the BAP?
BAP honestly I'd probably say close range too.
Yeah, yeah. So you said that you want to go for range pressure. That's not necessarily true unless they're running heroes that beat you up close, right? These people don't beat you up close. You demolish BAP and Ash up close because one
Yeah,
shot and it forces Lamp, right? One shot and it forces Coach, one headshot that is, right? So
yeah,
it's not. When it comes to positioning, you have to look at the enemy team and you have to decide: do I want to play closer or like, flankier, closer angles, or do I want to go for the spammier, longer angles? That's the first one. That's the first thing that you have to ask yourself because since the not so recent anymore patch, you can't do the. You can't always go for the I'm gonna assassinate backline. I'm gonna climb on backline and two shot somebody and get out, right? Because don't shoot the
yeah.
two shot anymore, and you also don't have
Minimum
as much
3.
HP anymore. So that means that you have to play a bit smarter with how you approach people and play play the duel or the matchup in an advantageous way. That is again close, like flankier, closer up to people that you beat in the 1v1 in the close 1v1, and further away, sort of like either spam pressure or bait for people that beat you up close. Right? If you're playing into Reaper Genji, maybe don't go up close to them, right? Maybe spam them from far away, or
Yeah.
and bait them to go on you and then TP out. Um, the second important thing that you should do all the time with Kiri is you should look at what your DPS are doing and you should figure out if you want to support them or not. Um, as Kiri, you have, especially on this map, right? A lot of the time you have the option to go for your own value. Like, for example, you can climb up here and go into this window and start poking the enemy, right? You could even, like, maybe at some point you have the option to climb up and go flank somebody. So you can go for your own value, and you should, because you have, you're the only support that can do that risk free, right? You have a TP. If you stack with your team when you have TP, I'm not gonna say that's the case all the time, but if you stack with your team, the TP value is wasted because most of the time you're not gonna have a good target to TP to if you're pressured, and that means that, like, when you're split and you get attention from the enemy team, you can get out for free, right? Zero risk, and that means that there is less pressure on your team. Whereas if you stack on top of your, but you don't have a BAP, if you stack on top of your Zen and you get in trouble, you might both die, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's like, in general, you want to look for selfish value for that reason, because you can get solo kills as Kiri, and you don't necessarily want to be stuck with with your whole team because you don't have a way to get out your squishy. And the second important thing here, or the other bullet point, is that if you see your Genji or your Reaper go for a play, like maybe they go up here and they're trying to fight people up here, you probably want to help them, right? You're the only support that can easily help them, or you're the only support that can instantly help them, right? You can just TP to them and help fight them over here and win this angle, and then kill the backline potentially, right? If you want to take something away from this VOD, is that if when you see that your team is trying to play the game, you should help them play the game. If your team is not playing the game, you should not help them. You should look for your own value. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay. That's the TLDR of here. You're a mobile support that can help anybody at any time. Okay, so this guy is TPing in, right? He's doing something. What should you do?
I mean, here I TP back to my Zen to keep him to help keep him up, along with Genji.
That's not a. That's not bad. Okay, actually, let's talk about the rollout. You roll out. Okay, you roll out left side. You should probably climb up here. Use your mobility, right? Climb up here. Start poking from this angle, and then because you poking from this angle is gonna allow the Reaper to close the distance without getting shot. Um, Instead, you like walk through the open. You get shot by the Ash. You should probably TP to this guy to cleanse the burning effect, right? You don't want to use Suzu, but a 7-second TP is not that big of a deal. Right now you're low, you can't do anything, but let's suppose you weren't low. When this guy TPs in, you should probably like start peeking, and maybe you can headshot the Ash. The Reaper gets the kill, or it forces Suzu and Lamp, right? That's how
Yep.
you help the Reaper. You don't have to TP to the person that you want to help, but you have to be close enough to help them.
Okay.
I don't hate the fact that you go back to the Zen. Like, what's it called? Objectively, it is bad because you're giving up the angle, because this Reaper doesn't have support, and this Zen is not doing anything. He's just pushing cart, and he's already getting helped by the ball, right? I understand why you do it. You want to keep your Zen alive, but honestly, helping this guy is also really important, because your Zen, if your Zen doesn't die to the ball, even if your Zen doesn't die to the ball, he's probably gonna die to the Ash in the next 5 seconds.
Okay.
The Reaper does a really good job of staying alive. And this mid drops for him. Okay, I like that TP. We should kill the main now. Great. Yeah, ends up working out because the Reaper popped off. But you understand why this is. It's a hard choice to make. It's not an easy choice to make, but I think that
So that's
even.
so in that situation, go for more than playing on that angle than worrying about my support.
In my
Like
opinion, it would
who's with
be.
the other tank?
In my opinion, it would be more valuable for you to help this Reaper do something here.
Okay.
Because, well, if if you think that this guy is like actually in spawn and he won't, like, these people are, if you think that the ball is solo engaging and he cannot get follow up from his team, then it's fine to go back because this is a 5v1 at that point and you can just kill the ball, right?
Yeah.
If this ball is kind of trolling because he's engaging in your space, on your side of the map. This is like the line that splits the enemy space from your space, and he's engaging past this line, right? His team does not see behind this corner. So maybe it's fine that you go back because this guy is taking a 1v4 at that point and you should be able to kill him. But if this Ashe was like playing the game and she was, that is a horrible color, she was here, even if you Susu the Zen, he should probably die because nobody's pressuring the Ashe. And that's the value of Ball, right? Ball is probably not going to solo kill Zen, but he's going to create an opportunity for his Ashe to kill the Zen, even if you go back, right? Whereas
Yeah.
if you help your Reaper pressure the Ashe, your Zen might live, or even if he doesn't leave the ball, maybe you can get a trade here. It's a hard call to make. It depends. It depends on like your judgment in the moment. If you tip it back because you realize this ball is alone and he can't get help from his team, then that's a fine call. If you just tip it back for the sake of helping your other support, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think that in general, finding like if it's a fair 5v5, you will have a better chance at finding trades here than going back, because you also have to think about the fact that if you TP back there and you use your Suzu, you are also left in the open with no cooldowns.
Yeah.
And you might also potentially die to stuff that is over here, right? These are the dangerous people. Is it making sense so far?
Yep.
TCP is very good. Good shots. You could probably take high here. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I don't know what was
Those
going
guys
on
are
there.
kissing or something.
Oh yeah.
So now you have to make a choice again, right? Either you help these three people deal with the ball, or you help your Doom maybe get a kill here. Because I think we've seen Suzu. You've seen Burst? No, it didn't Suzu yet. Right? So what do you think? What do you think is more important?
Probably helping the Doom because it supports. I went down to help try to get the tank dead. This play though.
But your damage, does your damage help deal with the ball?
Not entirely.
I would say not at all. The only thing that helps
Yeah.
is like healing the Zen, keeping him alive. So it's a choice, right? It keeps the ball out. It like pushes the ball out. It ends up working out. Now this guy really needs your help. Your help. Gets rated worse. So after you push out the ball, I want to immediately set up on high ground again.
Okay.
Right now, you don't want to be on card. The worst place to be on is card right now because the enemies are going to turn the corner and they're going to see you stacked on card. This is the situation that I was warning you about earlier, right? This is really bad for Kiri because you have nobody to TP to if you get slammed right now. If you get slammed right now, you're dead. You want to be over here,
Okay.
spamming this angle, right? And
Yeah.
ball slams, maybe you D-peek and you heal your team and then you peek again. And maybe you Fox here. When should you use Fox?
That trying to like I know one time more or less to I know more when to not use Fox more than when to use it, so
Okay, we can
which
also...
is odd, but I'm like
Give me what you got. When should you not use Fox?
from experience is
Yeah.
just try not to use it when you're at a disad. It's not a good idea to use it because you'll probably just get ran straight through, or enemy team can kite around it.
Depends. I actually disagree. I think that if you're, in general, in Overwatch, if you're at a disadvantage, like if you're one down, for example, or if they're using an ult, it usually equalizes the fight. Because ults are resources, right? They make you more powerful.
Yeah.
And if you ult as the enemy team is pushing in, they can't dodge it because they are engaging, right? Especially since these people don't have mobility. They're playing cast May. They're standing ducks, right? So if the enemies get to this point and you Fox, they can't really get out, or if they do get out, they just give up the whole space and you cap, right? So
Yeah.
the short answer to when you should use Fox is whenever the fight is happening, really. Fox is a very flexible ult. If you're getting pushed and you want to stop the enemy from pushing you, you can fox. You just have to make sure the enemies are committing to pushing you. If you want to push in and you want to and want to use fox for that, go for it. Just make sure that either you like the space that you're fighting for, you can secure it with fox. So for example, we're foxing here to cap, right? We want to fox here so the enemies cannot contest. This is a good fox. Or you're like the enemies can easily run away because either they don't have cooldowns or because they don't have a lot of mobility or because we're like already on top of them. Does it make sense? The TLDR is you should fox whenever we're fighting, whenever there is sign of fighting. Do you know in
Yeah.
Overwatch what are triggers of commitment, triggers of like the fact that the fight is happening?
Uh, I mean, from a visual standpoint, I guess it's just more like people show up. Part of it is also like cooldown usage.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're seeing stuff like start to happen,
Mm-hmm.
like right there, the Reaper is using his
Yeah,
like Reaper goes over
yeah.
TP, he uses Wraith.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Something's happened, so he's backing out. So people are about to start coming, trying to
You're
chase
missing the
him.
most
Or
obvious one. You said Wraith, right? Wraith is a good one, but ults are the best
Mhm.
trigger. The ults are the best sign that the fight is starting because when people use ults, they really want to push in, right? So when you hear an ult, it's the fight is probably happening. But you are right? When you see Suzu, when you see dash or deflect, when you see mobility cooldowns, maybe 2 mobility cooldowns used, that's a sign of commitment. Wall is a good one. Slam is a good one, right? These cooldowns tell you that we're probably fighting. But ideally, if we were to think about the ideal Kiriko position right now, what do you think that is?
I guess on this angle, I know I know like at some point I go to those like to the side boxes, but I feel like maybe even taking like high ground right above that could be good
Yeah,
for
I
a
think this is the best.
bit of poke and healing.
I
Yeah.
think this is the best Kiriko position because you have cover, you have easy spam angle, you can help your team by deep peeking here, and like hell, if you want to, you can even go for backline. Right? So I think this is the best possible position, and you had the time to go here.
Yeah.
But it's a great thing that you realize. So like here, if you want to fox, you can 100% go for the fox. That's probably a Suzu. Never mind, you greed it. That's fine. If you don't fox there, you should fox here because this May dot cannot run. Right? She used wall. She used block. She should die.
Yep.
And you should die here because you're stacked on your team and you don't have any cover right now, and you don't have anybody to TP to, really, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have Fox. My bad. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. Cover here is better. You can TP to that guy if you want to. So like, you don't have. You're a range support. You don't have to sit on top of the Zen to help him. You're not a Brig. Even Brig has packs, right?
Yeah.
The only thing that you have to be careful of is that your healing has traveling time. So if you want to immediately help somebody, you should DP to them, right? But
Hmm.
other than that, this guy's full HP. You don't care about him anymore. You only help him if he gets like half HP, right? Go here. Look for your own value. I think this is a bit late, but better late than never. You might die to the ball here. If you don't, guess he misses somehow.
And then the caskets, but yeah.
Yes. Nice.
Done playing around.
Okay, where should you go? You have a BAP now. He's off Zen. No, never mind. What? Why did I see a BAP in front of me? Okay, because there is a BAP, but it doesn't say any BAP. Right. Okay, where do you want to go?
High ground, I'd say right side.
Yeah, sure. If you see somebody TPing, going on top of the ship, you can probably go with them, right? Wait for like 5 seconds, and you can drop and look for a kill, TP out. Your Zen has shrank now, so you have to worry less about him.
Yeah.
You see this guy doing something, go help him. Go help the Reaper.
Yep.
If you're up here, you don't have to drop, right? You can go here.
Yeah, I remember we pushed, pretty sure we just pushed really hard at this point.
Yes, but you don't like teams. Everybody does this, right? We have advantage, or somebody's low, we W key to main. This is where people can disengage or like use ults and kill or push. If you go here, suddenly the BAP can't hide from everybody, right? Even if the BAP turns the corner, he still dies to you. Like this cast is not looking at you. This is an easy dink for you, right? Easy dink. He gives up the angle. Your Doom can walk, right? When I say help your team, I don't necessarily mean. I think I've said this before, but I will reiterate. I don't necessarily mean that you should like be on top of the Reaper, but you should be close enough to help the Reaper, and you should use your mobility to achieve that, right? Either TP to him when he's on high ground. You can probably climb up here, probably, and like deepen this way. You look for an angle that allows you to like do curious stuff, but also help your team.
Yeah.
Because right now you're not any better than an Ana. Here is same as before, right? The ball is solo engaging. He's fighting alone, so it's fine to go build the ball. But if you wanted to like fuck the Zen, respectfully, and go kill the enemy team, you could also do that. They're on hazard right now. It's fine. He dies. This is good. Any questions so far?
Not really.
Awesome. How do you want to set up on this point?
I mean, we have a huge advantage, so I'd say top like right above those yellow boxes, so you can get a bit of
We're here.
distance. Yeah.
Once again,
Good
do you want
set.
distance against this comp?
Well, not distance, but sight.
Sure, you could be
Not
here.
really.
It's not bad. Like you could be here.
Mhm.
You could be here and spam from here, and then DP can help your team on main, right? You could Fox from up here, which will create a lot of space. Like if you Fox from up here, you know that the Fox drops, right?
Yeah.
So this will be the Fox area. So your team can push this area. As we said before, if you want to take control of this space, then it's worth Foxing for it. My idea was initially to go up here and then flank through here.
Okay.
And then drop on somebody if you want to. Like if you see the BAP, you can drop on the BAP and then just TP out. But being here is not bad either. I don't know. It's like against Cass, it's actually debatable. Do you feel like you should fight close or far against the Cass?
I don't know. With Flash, I feel like honestly, like
Mid to
mid
far, right?
range, mid to far is better.
Yeah. Okay.
Because,
Then I
just
don't.
because Flash bones you so much.
Kind of forces Suzu prematurely.
Yeah, I mean, even if you like, because it stuns you, you can't use Suzu,
Yeah.
so you can just dink you immediately. So
Yeah. Sure. So in that case, if you want to play here, I don't have a problem with that. I like that you look for setup here. I think it's the first time that you do this in this audience. Really good. You go junk. I mean, all the more reason to play far away. Yeah, that's good pressure. Good pressure. I think your Reaper needed a Suzu more here, to be honest.
yeah.
Okay, don't heal. Like he's chunking. Do damage. Nice dodge. I will always say that you probably don't have to drop against a hog. Where to now?
High ground right there.
Yeah, I like where this is going. We have Fox, we can just Fox main. You might have to push because your team is not.
Yep, I noticed that too.
Yeah, I think that this is where you can Fox again. Right? I know they're using two ults, right? But your team is engaged. You have to. If your team was able to disengage now, that would be great for us because they would use the ults for nothing. But your team is fighting. Using one. I think this is like Suzu material because he should take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And then they're foxing. We're still fighting. We're one down. Hard call to make, but I think this is winnable. I think we can fox here.
Yeah. I don't think I did because I noticed.
Yeah. You also have a Zen, right? So you're gonna spend more time healing than usually. So you're gonna get your fox more often. So you can just use it more often.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of like wasting your ult. If you like with everything in this game, if you don't try, you won't learn. If you don't make mistakes, you won't learn, right? So I'm not saying you should throw away your fox, but try to look for opportunities to use it. When you see an opportunity to use it, just use it. And if it doesn't work out, then you can ask yourself, why didn't that work out, right?
Yeah.
That's better than just holding it forever. In Overwatch, you don't have to get a 4K with your ult for it to be a good ult. One kill is usually enough. If you get 1 kill, it's usually enough. If you get 2 kills, then it's perfect, and you're probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see defense now. Do you want me to try to go quicker so we can maybe practice something in game, or do you like the pacing and would like me to keep detailing stuff and just stick to the VOD?
I think the pace is fine right
Okay,
now.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
what do you think about setup now? Where should you go?
Mm. uh, maybe up with the Winston or towards the DPS a bit.
Mm, okay. Do you see any other option? Does this allow you to shoot anybody, to do anything other than heal?
No, not really.
Okay, so do you see any other option that would allow you to also, like, in this game, you want as many options as possible,
Yeah.
because that just allows you to switch from something to something else if it doesn't work out. I'm gonna cheat and give you bird's eye view.
Like more towards where the Zen or like on the bridge.
I like this. This I like. If you
Like
mean
really far.
this bridge.
Okay.
Well, you have a TP. Remember, you can TP
Yeah.
20 meters away. You're not in trouble here. You can just you could rat in here and peek late and see if somebody's just walking in a straight line on point. You can two tap the Iriari, can't you?
I think so.
Because it's 120 plus 120, 240, she's 225. So you can two tap the Juna and the Iriari. So if you're up
Yeah.
here, you have potential for a kill on one of the supports. If you get matched by the Reaper, you have a choice. You either TP to the Winston or to the Tracer, or you try to fight the Reaper. It's your choice, right? You have Suzu, it's your choice. I would, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. No, not gonna add something more to it. So this, you're controlling space here. Your Tracer can't play here alone because if the Reaper TP is up here, she has to run out, right?
Yeah.
If she gets contested by the Iriari or the Junkrat, she has to run out. You're fine. Like you press one button and you're fine. Um, Nobody else on your team can contest this position realistically. Maybe the Genji can, but it's so free for you, so free. So control this phase because if they look at you here, maybe they get shot in the head by your Zen, right? When they go chase the Curie, kill the Curie, the Curie's feeding, they get shot by your Zen.
Yeah.
And even if they don't, you create an opportunity for the Zen, and you have nothing to lose because you're not gonna die. Once again, you're playing Ana. Like this is Brig Ana on Kiri. Your Tracer's trying a bit of cheating there. Your Tracer's trying to stop the card. So here you should probably help your Tracer. Like I wouldn't even hate you going TPing to her and climbing up here and they're pocketing your Tracer on card because if they can't push the card, they can't win the game.
Yeah.
And this is a problem because if the Winston looks at you right now, you should die. Fortunately, this tank has been.
Yeah, he was hard focused on the
He
Zen
has
for
been
some
so
reason.
tunneled on the Zen.
I was genuinely confused there too.
Yeah. I mean, this guy just hates Zen players, I suppose. I mean, it's understandable, right? He's a Winston player. Yeah. Winston ball player, but if he plays it better, he zaps you here, you TP to the Zen, and then he jumps you and you both die.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you play a split angle, if you play here, he can't jump you both, right? He either jumps the Zen, in which case you just keep pocketing him, and the Winston eventually dies because he's discorded, or he jumps you and you TP away. Your team is doing a good job of trading, though.
Yeah, interesting play.
Thank you, Chad.
Other Winston.
Even here, right? The Winston is taking space. The Tracer is engaged. We're fighting. I would like you to go on the bridge. Help your Winston secure kills.
Yeah.
Your Zen drops, though. It's weird. It's interesting from your Zen. That was on your Zen, right? You couldn't really help him.
Oh yeah, no, 100% can't do anything about that.
That's scary. You hit one shot, he can't push you anymore.
Yep. I do miss being able to two-tap flanking Reapers. I do that all the time. Oh my god, it's disgusting.
Okay, where do you want to set up now for the next fight? Where's the next fight gonna happen?
Next fight's gonna happen. Probably it's gonna happen on that high ground. So
on the high ground or around the corner, right? The way to know where the fight will happen is to think about where the car will be in the next 10 seconds. It's probably gonna be around this corner, right? So given that, we're probably gonna fight somewhere in this area. So where would you like to be?
Either on that high ground or kind of like far back towards the boxes.
Yeah. With
Yeah,
what they
like
have,
opposite high ground.
hmm? The opposite high ground here.
Yeah.
You could, but okay. Let's look at how their team comp changes. This is the third time their team comp changes. They have Reaper, Torb, Brig, Diva. Do you want to play close or far to these heroes?
Definitely. Honestly, definitely, but I'd say farther.
Yeah, I'd say further too, because you can outpoke Torb, you can outpoke Reaper, you don't want to fight close to the Brig, and
Yeah.
Diva also diffs you, right? So this is if this is free, you can be here, but if this is contested, you can no longer be here. You should be here,
Yeah.
or here, right? You could be here, over here, being annoying. You have a mega health pack, you have a corner, you have TP, you're fine. This is worse, but still playable. I think this is the best option.
Okay.
Do you see why? Creates a crossfire with your team. If they go
Mhm.
chase you, you TP out. They get shot in the back. If they go chase your team, you shoot them and you heal your team.
Yeah.
I don't think the Suzu was necessary.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't.
But this is a problem, right? They take all the space. There is nobody to shoot them in the back. The tracer is here late. There is nobody to shoot them in the back. Nobody to distract them. They take the whole space. Like, if you take if your team takes a one-on-one head-on fight with triple shotgun Brig comp, you will obviously lose, right? You're not a pap. You don't do that much healing. Your value as Kiriko doesn't really come from the healing. It comes from the fact that you can help anybody on your team do anything that they want, right? So this Zen is a dumbass because he's playing close. So you can't save him. Your Sig is also kind of a dumbass. He's also fighting 3 shotgun heroes up close. But you should 100% be here because you can heal your Sig and you can do damage. And you create pressure on this Reaper, right? If you were able to shoot this Reaper now, he would die.
Yeah.
But you're stuck healing the Sig because of the position that you're in. And you look, the Diva's matrixing you. Can the Diva matrix you here? She has to make a
Nope.
choice. Well, she could, but she has
Yeah.
to make a choice. If she matrixes you, she doesn't matrix your team.
Mhm.
And because you're not here, and your Sig lost the tank trade, it's not entirely on you. Obviously, like, the Zen did a poor job, the Sig did a poor job, but you could help with this. So you asked me,
Yeah.
what could I do to make the defense more holdable?
Yeah.
This is the answer, right? You're not a BAP. If you're BAP, you can't be here. If you're BAP, you die here 100% of the time, and you have to play up here and pocket your Sig to the damage. Because that's what BAP is built for. He has a lamp. He has a lot of AoE healing. He can help absorb all that damage. You can't do that. Like, even if you pocket somebody, they might die through your healing, because your healing is not that great. Okay, we have a moment to breathe. What space do you want to control?
Uh, I'd say I mean, there's only so much high ground we can control on that front side, so I think the left side of the boxes
Yeah,
is kind of good because
yeah, yeah.
it forces him to take cart
I
path,
agree. I agree. I
which is
like
more
this.
open.
I like this. Ship could be also fine, but I really like this.
Hmm.
Even here is not bad. Not it's not bad. It's fine. I like this better because it's just easier to disengage and you have a mega. But
Yeah.
anywhere is better than where you are right now. Okay, we have Fox. Tell me, we're gonna watch the next 10 seconds. I'm gonna watch the next 10-15 seconds in silence, and I want you to tell me when you see an opportunity to Fox.
I think right there's a good
Yeah,
one.
this is a good one.
Yep.
We see overload. We see people fighting close range. This is a great opportunity to Fox. You have to Fox or he dies. Yeah. They end up using over ulting, but we still lost, right?
Yeah.
You're also really greedy with your Suzus, which I won't say is a bad thing, but if you keep like being late on the Suzus and you keep seeing people, this is the second time you let people die because you Suzu late. Like, if it's easy to tell with tanks because when they lose armor they become vulnerable, but when when your Sig gets to about this HP, you probably want to Suzu him because again your healing is not that great.
Okay.
You shouldn't greed Suzu last second. Like, Suzu only does more healing if you cleanse negative effects like nade and discord and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't do more healing if they're low, I think. I might be wrong, but I think it doesn't. It only does more healing if you cleanse negative effects. So you have no reason to wait for him to be 1 HP to Suzu him. Because if you Suzu him on 1 HP, he might die anyway.
Yeah.
Um, is this a good fox?
Not really.
Not really. Why?
Because there's no one there. They can also
They're
just
all in spawn.
fully disengage.
Yeah, they're all in spawn. This guy doesn't fly out, so he might die. That was a better Suzu. What do you think the problem was here?
The Torb kind of like
Yeah.
running straight at me.
Yeah, you have to react to this guy. What should you do?
Try to dink him as much as possible, I guess. Force him out.
You could,
Or take care of the turret.
or just TP to somebody else, like maybe
Yeah.
TP to the Genji. Hard to
Mhm.
see in the mid fight, but I'll give you another one. I mean, this is another team misplay because we're taking a close fight against your comp on a corner. It's the same thing as first fight, but what if you weren't on low ground? What if you foxed from up here and then you went to do your own thing over here?
Yeah, definitely put more pressure on them because it's again that second
It
angle.
puts more pressure for two reasons. One, your team is gonna push through here, right? So the enemy team has to go back, and you're here to shoot them.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that there is no risk for you up here. Whereas if you're and you have people to shoot for the reason I mentioned before, if you're on main, I mean you could climb up here and go to the bridge, right?
Yeah.
But if you're on main, you, you're not gonna have stuff to shoot. You're gonna shoot the Diva Matrix. I guess the two reasons are the same reason, I suppose. But whatever. My point is that once you see that there's nobody that's gonna die here right now, they're rallying. They're not gonna die. I want you to go somewhere else. So that could be climbing up here and looking for somebody that is. I mean, you would meet this guy, which is a problem. But you could TP to your Genji or you could fight him. Your choice. If he overloads up there, TP to your Genji, or yeah. Because you're not gonna be able to kill anything to rally right here. And if anything, now you have to like get the fuck out somehow. Okay, you do see him. Nice. This is again where you should probably Suzu.
Yeah. It was kind of weird. It was kind of a weird decision, like
You're
time
both
because,
low.
and I don't have Suzu here. I
Oh,
mean, so
yeah.
well,
Well,
just
yeah. Okay,
got it
never
right
mind.
now. I gotta get it after the route.
Where you're dropping, just Suzu him from high. He's low, right? Just Suzu him.
Yeah.
Save him. You're just panicking here. I understand why, but all this panic comes from the fact that you're fighting like a Brig. So earlier we saw the Ana on Kiri. Now you're seeing the Brig on Kiri. Because you're not built to fight the Torb up close.
No.
This is why you have to be up here, or back here, or something, right? Because you're just not gonna beat him up close. He has too much HP. He does too much damage.
Yeah.
Had you stayed up here, Suzu your Sig, landed some shots on the backline, maybe this fight was winnable. So far on defense, we're 2-4-2 on fighting like a Brig. Like, not having an angle and fighting up close when the enemy team comp kind of encourages us to fight from pokier angles. You swap Ana here. Let's stay on the Kiri train for now. Like, let's watch any more Kiri. You have a lever.
Ready for battle.
Let's watch some more Kiri and then we're gonna go back for Ana, okay?
Okay.
Because we just want to keep talking about the same thing here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a. I don't even know if there's a point in watching this because there you have a lever. This is good. So like, here you choose to TP and help somebody. Like this is great. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, perfect. I mean, you carry this fight with one down with a lever on your team.
And yeah, and then they came back. I think what he crashed, but
I think this guy's.
we still won the fight. Yeah.
I think whenever this guy's on your team, you lose the game. So maybe you should just not come back. I'm kidding. Okay, where do you go now?
Right. I mean, I said right above those boxes.
Either high ground or left or right
Yeah.
side.
Mm-hmm.
When you have this ability, and especially this ability in addition, you can go wherever you want. But you have to walk there.
Yeah.
So go here, shoot the Moira from a different angle, shoot the Reaper, shoot the Horse. Nobody can touch you here. If you get in trouble, TP out. Your pressure is not bad from here, but the Moira can just sit behind the card and you can't touch her, right? Whereas if you're here, she doesn't have anywhere to be, where she doesn't take damage. If you stop the funny character. I would like to see one high here. It's the same thing. Brig on Kiri. Go high ground. You can Fox from high ground. We've already talked about this.
Yeah.
You're not built to fight the horse head on, but if you are up here and you keep shooting her in the head, she can't do anything about you. And I think we go for a break here. Okay. Do you want to watch Diana? Because I think it's just a couple fights, right?
Yeah, it's only a little bit.
Do you want to watch
it? Was only
or
really.
skip it?
I mean, I think it'd be whatever part of it
Okay.
is there. I think it might be a bit beneficial.
Okay, sure. I mean, we still have time, so I don't mind this. Okay, how do you play Ana?
I mean, typically farther range.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
Is that it?
Depa-
Do you just play far? That's it?
it depends on how like the situation. So here, I'm up close. I was up closer trying to get my seg back up the fall.
Yeah, I know, but I
and
just
then
mean
back. But
you want the answer is, well, there are probably multiple answers, but the answer that I would give is you want a long sight line, medium to long sight line, where you can see your team and the enemy team.
yeah,
So that's where you are right now would be fine if you were just 2 meters back on this corner.
yeah.
Awesome. We find the angle. BLS the damage. This is great. Alright, when should you use your cooldowns?
For I mean, I typically keep sleep for when someone goes in, and nade for put it like disrupt. I say disrupting, but putting pressure on them, trying to get them to fall back if if one of my teammates goes in.
Too complicated.
Yeah, it's a lot.
The answer is it's like the same as when you should use Fox. Whenever the fight is happening. Sure, if you want to talk about nuances, I don't think it's super necessary to talk about nuances right now. But if you want to talk about nuances, when they have multiple dive heroes, you would like to have one of your cooldowns at all times, right? But the other one, you can do whatever you want with it. If you want to go for a sleep on the Reaper right now, you could, because maybe he gets rocked and he dies, right? If you want to go for maybe this is a bit early. Like, the Reaper is the only one that's fighting, right? So he's the only one that's worth throwing a cooldown at. But let's suppose that the enemy team was going past this box, right? And they were shooting and stuff. It's worth to throw an 8 here because that kills the push, or that maybe that creates a killable target, right? So the short answer is whenever the fight is happening, you can use one of your cooldowns. If there's no dive threat, you can use both of your cooldowns. I wouldn't use them at the same time, but it's good to like have a bit of spacing between them, so you won't, so that if something happens, you're close to having a cooldown. But the TLDR is the simplest way to put it is you can use a cooldown when the fight is happening. That's a good nade. Unfortunately, misses the Reaper. Where should you go now?
I'd say I think it's stuck right side, but I think going left would be better because you get that angle.
Remember, long sideline. You need a long sideline. to see your team and the enemy team. The same as Kiri. If you're playing Kiri, I like this position because you can do damage and you can kill your team. In this specific situation, this is also a good angle for Ana because it's far away enough from the diva that you don't have to worry. They are using ring right now though, so if you see ring here, you have to be careful. You have to be ready to go backwards because she might fly on you.
Yeah.
Sleep attempt is okay. You're too close at this point. This is the reason that I told you at the start that 3 characters might be a bit much, because depending on how much you play, you're gonna start mixing playstyles, right? If you want to
Mhm.
get really good at a character, like whenever I want to get really good, I'm not saying that this is the only way to play a game, but whenever I want to get really good at a character, I go on an alt and I just one trick that character to the highest rank that I can one trick that character to, right? Um, so obviously voting helps, and next time that you play Kiri, you will pay attention to, we will talk about this, but you should pay attention to Curie specific positions that are good for you. Next time that you play Ana, you're gonna prioritize keeping a medium to long sight line where you can see your threats, right? But uh, if you like play all these 3 characters with your head, with your brain off, this is gonna happen, right? You're just gonna this happens. You just sit main because you're not thinking about you are not Ana, right? It sounds stupid, but if you one trick Ana, you're not here. You will be here because you
Yeah.
will die enough times on Ana to know that this is a bad spot for you to be in. There's nothing to say here. You're just too close.
Yeah.
Like the reason why you are too close is because you started here. There is another. There is another. This is a more advanced concept, but uh, when the enemies have ults, you don't want to be close to a corner because they can just turn the corner and ult and they catch you. You want to be far from the corner because this creates more distance. You want to
Yeah.
peek it wide, if that makes sense. That's easy to do on Ana because your character is good at range anyway. But unfortunately, that's gonna be all the Ana that you can see in this world.
Yeah.
I will say that like the last thing I will say is Nano exactly the same as Fox. Fight is happening. You see somebody fighting. They're a good target for Nano. Any questions for Ana?
Not really.
Okay, Brig. How do you play Brig?
Uh, I mean, I would say up close, but most of the times I've ended up playing up close is I just end up getting straight
Well,
ran through.
if you play close to a Reaper Bastion,
Well, yeah, in this comp, but I like I'd say mid range at least enough to where you can get whip shots off.
yeah. So let's put it like this. Or would you like to add anything else before I give you my answer?
Um, the only other thing I could say is just getting packs out. Let's say DPS is going in,
Yeah.
like they're getting ready to take damage, or they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get initiate a fight, throw a
Mm-hmm.
pack at them.
Mm-hmm.
Same with tank. They're in the middle of fighting or getting ready to start fighting, throw a pack at them.
When do you use rally?
Initiate a fight or hold a point.
Sure. Sure. That answer was good. Okay. I think the way you play Brig is you play close to the people that you can bully. You beat up close, right? Like Weaver, like Juno,
Mm-hmm.
and the people that beat you up close, you boop them away. That's it. You boop the Reaper away. You boop the Bastion away when he's turreting, and you use your bash for mobility. You will use bash for mobility 80% of the time. Bashing is
Yeah.
kind of troll most of the time, unless you have rally. And apart from that, it's similar to Curie. Like you play an angle, you control an angle with your close range damage and your tankiness because you're a tanky support, and you are a pack dispenser. You support people from range. Remember when I said here, even if you're on Brig, you don't want to sit on top of the Zen. You just want to pack him and poop the diva away when she goes on the Zen, right?
Yeah.
So if you're playing Brig, great position here. You can poop the diva. You can help your tracer. This is great. You're trying to tell your team to play the game like normal people. It's probably not gonna work, unfortunately. Your team is not normal. They're special. That's fine.
Oh,
We like special.
absolutely.
Oop. Nice. It was a bit late. He could rate this. There is a timing.
Yeah, I
on
just
rate
haven't figured
on
figured out
It's like
specific
here.
time yet. So
It's like here. A frame later, essentially. But if he's better, he rates your shot. And then don't drop, just stay high ground.
Yeah, that accidentally held us there.
Yes. But this will happen with Zarya. Like with Zarya, you have to be good at managing your distance. Because if you don't manage your distance well, she will just burn through you.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say that you can probably go back to high ground. Not because you want to sit on top of your Ana, because there is nothing that's gonna dive your Ana apart from the Reaper, but because this is a good position for you. This is a fine position for you. Nobody can really touch you here.
Okay.
Come over here if you want healing.
This is where being on low ground, if you don't manage your distance well, this is how you get run over.
Mhm.
This is why Brig struggles into like Rhine and Ramatra on flat maps. Because she
Yeah.
can't really run away from them, especially if they have speed. And she ends up being like just dying because they get up close to her, to you, and they kill you with their damage. There's nothing you can do. So is this value for you? Is this
No, not really.
okay? Why?
Because at a really like awkward angle on the
Mhm.
low ground, so it's
Mhm.
kind of hard to see like
Like whip
I-
without getting shot in the face, right?
yeah.
Okay, so how can you improve your positioning? Let's ignore the fact that you're probably one down. Are you one down? No, your DPS are just on high ground. So how can you
Yeah.
improve your positioning?
From here, I'd
Mhm.
say try to rotate towards the steps in that far end.
Sure.
Try to get back. Like if
So
I was gonna go take high ground.
give me a spot that you could hold.
I mean, I was holding quarter right here.
You are, but
That's
is this good? Remember, they're
yeah.
playing Bastion Zarya.
No, because they could just walk
Because if
straight
they
into
turn the
me.
corner, you're dead. It doesn't matter that you bash away. You're not gonna make it if they like turret around the corner.
Yeah.
Unless you get bubbled, but let's not think about that. We
Yeah.
don't
No,
we
I
don't
never.
pray for this guy to
I
play
didn't-
the game so you can play the game.
oh, I never count on Zarya to bubble.
Yeah. Okay. So with that in mind, let's say that you could be anywhere on the map right now. Where would you like to be?
Probably on the high ground near my Ana or DPS, or at least on the bridge.
I'd say this is better because
Okay.
this is close enough for you to be a distraction and whip people and procure inspire. It's not for the inspire itself. Inspire is like worse than people make it out to be. But especially since inspire, this is another bit of info dump. I probably major brain smoothie with info dumping. But when you proc inspire, the inspire is not a circle around you; it's a circle around the point of damage. So if you boop the bastion here, the inspire area is this. It's not around
Yeah.
you. Okay, I wasn't sure you knew that. So because not a lot of Brig players know that. So like I would like you to be here just because you are a distraction. And if they shoot you, they don't shoot your team. If you boop this bastion, you're annoying. He looks at you. You just lock the corner. You do yourself not taking damage, right? If the Reaper goes up here, you're comfortable 1v1ing him as long as you have your whip and you can boop him away, right?
Yep.
Here you are no more useful than over here because like what can you do from here? You can pack your Zarya. Well, you can pack your Zarya from here as well. You don't provide a threat here. You don't provide a distraction here.
Yeah.
Let's suppose that you could not be on high ground because you didn't rotate, right? How could you improve your
Mhm.
positioning right now? Maybe not right now, but 5 seconds ago, right? As you get to this, you're here, right?
Mhm.
You've been here for 15 seconds. So you got here to this point, right? Where would you like to go from here? Okay, don't tell me high
Yeah.
ground. Where can you be on low ground? Because I'm trying to give you an alternative to this position.
Yeah. I'd say like where my Junkrat is kind of on that opposite side. So
Yes,
if
yes, on this corner.
yeah. Mhm.
Rotation might be a bit uncomfortable, but I think you can make it. If you want to play close to your Zarya and like proc inspire here, be a bit distracting, and then if they start pushing, bash out and hold shield and go high ground, that's also valid. It's not as good as being on high ground in the first place, but if you want a fix, this being feeling you are here. Okay, I don't know why you rotate left. Then it's fine. You're giving up the angle, right? Same if you're playing Kiri here, I'm telling you to stay here. Keep shooting. Go high ground. If you're playing Ana here, I'm telling you just sit here. Eventually rotate to here to help your Zarya, right? But you gave up the angle. So now the enemies can walk without worrying about getting shot in the side.
Okay.
This is a pretty rough comp to play Brig, I think.
I figured they'd keep playing dive.
Yeah, that's okay. I was gonna ask you why you saw, but it doesn't really matter. It's fine. This is good. So we have Raleigh here. You just play for Raleigh. You see Suzu. You see... Yeah. Just bully this Zarya. I think she's looking for grab, right? No, she doesn't have it. Once you don't have shield, you should probably chill a bit.
Yeah.
Because you can't bash anywhere, right? Just play the corner, be patient, get your shield back, and then go for play. I don't hate what you did. They just used more ults than you did. Okay, that's it. We still have 5 minutes. Do you have any questions?
I honestly don't.
Okay. Do you want to? I don't know. I don't think you have like a fight from another VOD that you care about, or we can just wrap it up and talk about how you can practice now if you don't have other questions or other fights that you want to look at.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay. So what have you seen? Let's talk about Kiri first, because that's been the majority of this VOD. What have you seen on Kiri that you can like improve?
Taking more like flank angles and being a bit more aggressive instead of playing passive, just trying to heal the whole time.
What? Okay, flanky angles. Uh, sure, we can call them that.
I guess.
I would.
I mean, depend.
I-
God.
I would add that play to your range. Like if they play close range heroes, take angles that give you a longer sideline. If they play longer range heroes, then you can go for closer angles that are usually flanks. Usually, not always, but usually.
Yeah.
Okay. Play to your advantageous. I probably misspelled that. Advantageous range. Close for bulky heroes. Mid to long for shotgun heroes. Let's say. You get the gist of it. Okay, what else?
Not being as greedy with Suzu's trying to actually get them out sooner.
Yeah.
Playing well, I mean, like on the angles, staying on them and then using TP to get out instead of just trying to hold on to it like inside my team.
Yeah. Okay. Fox. Just use it.
Just use,
Just
yeah,
use
just use it.
it. Whenever the fight is going down. Okay. Anything else?
I mean, I just try to figure out what teammate like at the very beginning was with the Zen. Does he need help? Kinda, or should I go focus on like helping my Reaper, kind of figuring out where
Where to
like
draw
which
the line?
teammate I should, yeah, like which teammate I should be going with.
That's I will say that
I
there
guess.
is no hard rule for that, and there is no one correct answer. You saw how at the start, like there are nuances to this, and you shouldn't think too much about that at this point. I didn't notice at the start that the ball was alone, so I told you to just go with the Reaper, because these people will kill your backline, right? I think
Yeah.
I think it's I think you will find the answer to this question by just playing and getting more experience, because it's hard to realize in the moment that, oh, the ball is alone, so I can go peel him, right? Maybe just continue playing, and when peeling fails, ask yourself why it failed. Again,
Okay.
in my opinion, trading is a bit better because it the reason for that is because it forces, like, if you help your Reaper here, it forces the enemies backwards, and we potentially win the space. If we win the space, this isolates the ball here, so that makes it more likely that the Zen will survive, right? The Zen will probably die to the ball anyway. But so, like, there is no, it's not an easy answer. You will get flamed by people in rank because you're not like always TPing to them and suing them, but that's not what Curie is about all the time, right?
Yeah.
Once again, if you TP and Suzu, you're stuck where they are, and if they're in a bad spot because there's crappy players in plat, you might also die with them, right?
Yep.
so so it sounds rough, but and I encourage you to experiment and try to find the answer for yourself. But in my opinion and in my experience, it's better to play for the selfish value than to help your team. You help your team when your team is trying to play the game. If Dazin is not playing the game and he's standing in the middle of the open, too bad, bro. You need to get better at the game, you know?
Fair enough.
Right? That is my answer. I'm not gonna say that this is the correct answer or the only answer. I encourage you to experiment and to see what feels better for you and what you think is better for you.
Okay.
So don't take this question as a question that has a definitive answer. It is very nuanced. Anything else that you would like to add to Curie?
Think that's all I've got right
Sure,
now.
sure. I think it's enough. So how are you going to practice these things? How much do you play? I should have asked you this as the first thing.
I play a couple times a week. I mean, kind of doing the VOD review right now for my college team, so
Oh, you're playing on a college
get it.
team.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Kansas,
Mm-hmm.
like United States,
Yeah, yeah,
Kansas.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay. Sure. Um, so you play twice a week for like 2 to 4 hours, I would suppose. I would guess.
yeah, I mean, practice last semester we practiced twice a week, played a game once a week, and I probably intermittently practice like another day or two in between that. So I'd say probably about 10 hours a week.
10 hours a week. Okay, that's not bad. Um, with that in mind, how do you think you could practice some of the things that we talked about?
I think probably devoting time to like just being like, hey, like this is the one thing I need to work on,
Yeah, yeah,
focus on trying to like improve that in the game
exactly,
instead of trying to be like, I need to do all of these things at
exactly,
once.
exactly. So you pick one. I don't care which one. The one that's gonna change the game the most for you is certainly playing your own angles and opening up the space and controlling the space. That's gonna be the one that's gonna feel the most. That's gonna feel the most impactful. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't care which one you pick because the other ones are easier. Like they don't require you to think as much. You just look at your Suzu and you look for people to Suzu, right? So if you talk about Suzu usage, don't greed the Suzu too much. Just look for people that could use Suzu and use it for them, right? Or use it for yourself. Because I don't think I've seen you use Suzu on yourself like once, and that's because you're not taking the angles. You don't need it, right? But if you
Yeah.
start, so like see, if you work on the angles, you will work on the Suzu as well. If you take this and you get contested, you have to Suzu yourself potentially, right? That's not necessarily bad.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I want you to go into games. I mean, maybe if you play 10 hours 10 hours a week, maybe one of those 10 hours, so 10 minutes a day, say, or however you want to split your time. I want you to play a ranked game. I would prefer ranked, but if you want quick play, that can also work at the
Yeah.
start in the beginning. And ask questions. Ask yourself questions. What is a good angle for me? um how far do I want to play to into this comp, right? Choose one or two questions and keep asking them and keep practicing. Like even with angles, they're nuanced, right? You could ask multiple questions. You could ask what type of angle do you want to play, long or close. You could ask just what is a good carry angle for me, like a split angle from which I can help my team and I can do damage to the enemy team and I can safely get out, right? You can ask multiple questions. So that's what I want you to do. Is it clear?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Then with that out of the way, let's talk about Brig. All right, let's do Anna because Anna was second. Do you have something to say about Anna?
Oh. Uh, I mean, like, of course, the taking a better angle, like trying to
Okay,
get
what
as
is a
many
better
people
angle?
wider, looking for both teammates and enemies,
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
how
yeah.
many. Trying to, I should probably maybe be a bit more frugal with my like cooldowns, depending on
That is a premium word for me. What is frugal?
use them more.
Okay, so more willing to like use them. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I've learned a new word today. I feel like I've won.
But yeah, just use cooldowns a bit more. Try not to. Just hold on to them all the time.
When do you use cooldowns?
I nades for like single, like if you're trying to drop a single target quickly, force people back, hit a group of people, like just
Whenever the fight is
try to do.
happening. You're
Yeah,
you're
whenever
you're
fight's
giving
happening.
you're giving the same answer as before, right? Too complicated.
Yep.
You see a person be aggressive, nade them or sleep them because they're being aggressive. They need to be bonked in the head. Right? That Reaper that was pushing stairs alone, he needs to be bonked in the head because otherwise you will die.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? And it's been very short Anavod. So
Yeah, I don't really have anything else for the Ana.
okay. What about Brig? Brig was a bit more interesting.
For Brig, probably like I mean, at the last bit it was just play a better angle, not like because it's I was sitting in the corner, not I'm not getting as much value as I could.
Okay, so what is a good
I'm
angle?
not putting pressure. Like a second I guess another side where I can keep like just booping enemies, keep health packs, I'll keep
So
packs up
distract
on.
them, distract the
Yeah.
enemies, or help your team with packs. A good sideline for packs. Ideally, you will have both. You'll have somewhere where you can be the distraction to the enemies and help your team with packs. That's the ideal. And sometimes I'm telling you, the flank Brig is a valid playstyle. If the backline like dies up close, the enemy backline dies up close, you can flank them. Especially if you get some support from your team, like if you have a DPS going in or a tank going in, you can go for flanks on Brig. It sounds stupid, but you can do that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, okay. I'm not. We haven't seen an opportunity in this game because of the comp that they were like because of the map, honestly, because the map doesn't allow you to like rotate on backline
Yeah.
easily. But whatever. So on Brig, we want angle from which you can be a distraction or threat potentially, right? If you can push the person that you're marking,
Yeah.
and support teammates with packs. Packs for tank are not that good, but if there's nobody else to pack, then pack the tank.
Yeah.
Okay, and the rally was fine. The rally that we've seen was fine. Any other questions?
Uh, nothing I could think of.
Okay, then